So we know that a CRO ETF is coming, but when? When is the Chronos Spot ETF, or should I say ETFs, going to go live? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video as we are seeing the crypto market pop off a little bit today. Bitcoin's moving, some altcoins are moving. Coin a little bit in a halted standing pattern at 25 cents, which is pretty good to see it holding this level right now. And a lot of people are wondering what comes next. Well, we'll discuss all this and ETFs in this video. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on a notification bell for more crypto content. And let's get into this video. Bitcoin is at 115,000. We got Ethereum coming in at 4,500 and Coin coming in still at rank number 21 at an $8.5 billion market cap. Again, holding that 25-cent price beautifully. We've got Ethereum trying to make a move back up, perhaps shying away from that $4,000 level, but we are in the month of September. A lot of people do believe that the Fed rate cuts are already priced into the market. So will we see a sell the news event after that Fed meeting? Well, we're going to be live streaming that Fed meeting next week on this channel. So check that out. Be ready for that, guys. I'm looking forward to streaming that for you guys live on the channel. If you do take a peek at what is going on here for CRO, you do have it holding pretty wonderfully off of really these previous daily candle wicks back all the way from March and February of 2021. And we like to see this holding pattern. And with Ethereum boosting up today and Bitcoin moving a little bit higher, this is all feeling right. Now, as for the ETFs, what can we expect? Well, I went to, yes, none other than the Chat GPT, or should I say AI mode on Google to peek at this. And I wanted to walk you guys through it. You can obviously search this stuff pretty easily on your own, but I think this is important that everybody's aware of it if you're not already. Based on the 2025 roadmap for Chronos and Crypto.com, a spot Chronos ETF launch is targeted for late 2025. With the SEC approval potentially in October of 2025. So our target right now is October of 2025. And then Crypto.com also plans to follow up the basket ETF with a dedicated spot CRO ETF also in the fourth quarter of 2025. This is all coming. So we're talking about the blue chip ETF that includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, CRO, and XRP, of course. And we're talking about the straight up spot ETF specifically and only for CRO. And these are coming. What's also very interesting is they also talk about some of the other potential ETFs. There is more ETFs that are coming, and a lot of institutional demand has been increasing, possibly could help for CRO. They also talk about, yes, the dilution risk. Crypto.com's plan to reissue the 70 billion CRO tokens could dilute the circulating supply, and we know this will be happening over time, and this is not a new story. So they're kind of laying it all out here, which I like to see. But our deadlines right now for these Chronos ETFs is very clearly October of 2025 for the first ETF to potentially get approved. Of course, it needs to actually get approved by the SEC, but if you've been paying attention to what's been happening in the crypto market, we have a very pro-crypto SEC. In fact, we even saw the head of the SEC come out and say some very encouraging words to the crypto industry, which is a very stark difference from the previous leadership at the SEC, Gary Gensler, who was really seemed to be kind of anti-crypto. And that was one thing that was, I think, a big fear for a lot of people in the crypto industry, seeing the head of the SEC come out and really battle the crypto industry. But now the new head of the SEC, Paul Atkins, who is going to be that person in charge of these ETFs coming up, says, hey, Paul Atkins says, ladies and gentlemen, we must admit that crypto time has come. President has tasked him with making America the crypto capital of the world. So likely these ETFs will be coming through for CRO, and this is a very bullish thing. Now, as we see by the rumors, sell the news events, and these exciting stories, there's volatility in the crypto market that I personally like to trade, right? I mean, if Ethereum does go down to $4,000, I think that would be a level of support that I'd personally be looking at for trades. We've seen a level of resistance at $3 for XRP, kind of trickling above that right now today. But as we see the volatility play out in these markets, I'm looking for trades. I use BitGenX a lot and Blowfin for my trading. And if you guys haven't already signed up for these exchanges, you can trade on these exchanges using our affiliate links in the description down below to sign up. And there are deposit bonuses as well, up to a $100,000 deposit bonus with BitGenX and a $5,000 deposit bonus with Blowfin as well, and a 10% trade rebate. So check those out if you haven't done so already. And knowing that these ETFs are coming through for Chronos, I think it's a very, very bullish time for many reasons. One, the ETFs, we saw that boost up the prices of Bitcoin. I think that's going to be a huge catalyst for not just CRO, but a lot of altcoins that are getting these ETFs approved. And I think that's going to be one of the focuses for what altcoins people are looking at is what altcoins are getting ETFs, because obviously that is probably going to be the first place that institutions are going to want to start acquiring some of these alternative cryptocurrencies outside of Bitcoin. On top of that, Q4 is the next quarter we are coming into with an average of 85% gains in that quarter, which is better than any other historical quarters we see for crypto. And this particular Q4 is what is supposed to be the best Q4 in a 4-year cycle that we see for these crypto asset classes. The thing that we've been talking about a lot on this channel is that a bull market lasts approximately 1,070 days. From the lows to the highs, you see about 1,050, call it 1,070 days in a bull market from the low to the high for Bitcoin. Right now, where we're at today, from the low to where we're at today, we are currently 1,020 or 1,030 days into this thing, which means these next few months are going to be probably the best months for crypto. Could we extend into November and December for a pump, considering Q4 is a bullish time? It's possible. We also have Fed rate cuts coming. This is very huge news, but do be aware that there is possibility for a buy the rumor, sell the news event. A lot of people are saying, the Fed rate cuts are already priced into the market, meaning the excitement around the Fed rate cuts is signaling that people have been buying these assets, and you've seen Solana pumping, Ethereum pumping, Dogecoin's pumping. CRO had a nice pump on some other news recently regarding the president's media group. But if we see that already priced in the market, the excitement over these Fed rate cuts, what that means is there could be some profit taking after the bullish rate cuts actually come out. We'd be looking for a level of support, then we could continue to the upside. Could we just zoom up from here and continue moving up? Absolutely. It is certainly possible. This is the most bullish time in the history of cryptocurrency ever. Predicting the absolute up move for crypto is next to impossible. We can get general timelines, but to predict the volatility day in, day out is difficult. So what I do is I look at levels of support, levels of resistance. Still seeing a clear level of support, potentially at about 20 cents, maybe 16 cents for CRO, where I kind of have these little red lines drawn. We've seen it resist off that level for a while. To turn that into support wouldn't surprise me at all. That would go hand in hand with the potential September dip that we've seen historically. And Q4 is great, but September is historically not the best. A negative 3% gain on average for Bitcoin in the month of September, which is why, again, I'm looking for trading opportunities. I use Bit10X. I use Blowfin. In the description of every single video we have these affiliates for you. Now, crypto is not all about trading, but I do think that it is a useful tool to take advantage of, in my personal opinion, as we see these markets chop up, down, left, right, as we see all these moves. We got 2% moves, 20% moves in this market. There is volatility to be taken advantage of there, but I also think in conjunction with trading, there is clearly a buy low, sell high strategy that's in place. People that come in the bear markets and accumulate these assets like CRO and hold it through these times. And as these bullish news stories come out of partnerships with the President's Media Group, ETFs coming out, the people that bought low and have been just holding it are right now getting rewarded for their patience, for their accumulation strategies. As we're getting into what is supposed to be the best part of this bull market, I think that strategy is probably working out very well for others. And I do know that there have been some spectacular trading opportunities, not just on CRO, but on a variety of these crypto assets. Our job in this channel, as I see it, is to report the crypto news as we see it day in, day out. And I want to give you guys an update on what kind of timeline we could expect for the Chronos ETFs. And I think the answer looks to be October for now. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, DCA Hold on, my friends. Please remember, nothing here is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, but we'll keep the crypto content coming to you guys every single day. Subscribe, turn on your notification bell. I got 2 videos for you right here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.